Kirsty from Adeline Country Cottage. I'm back again with you today to show another two journals. One is a custom order for Fiona, and the other one is for sale. So this one will be going up on my website or online boutique, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, we'll start with Fiona's. This one is outside, or I've called it outside, I guess outside fun. So it's just got, you know, so you just sort of pitch up a tent and, you know, have some lovely things. It's more about bringing the outside in, or perhaps you want to use it for your garden. So we start off with the little pocket, and of course one of my tags, and some of you have seen this floating around on Instagram, Facebook, and some of the junk journal pages. So that's just got a lot of, it's got, well, a lot of gathering of bits and pieces, a lovely image of a pot of or a posy of flowers, some French stamping. And so that's that one. Here I've actually added in, because I thought there was not much colour behind, so I just sort of add in a little tip in here. It goes into the pocket. Table setting image. This is sort of like on a back porch. It's kind of quite weathered. I thought it was fitting for this particular journal. We have here a little book on a string, so you can't lose it. So it's just got some pages in there. And of course I've put some little greenery washi down the side to enforce the stitching. So a little half flip, some designer paper, really beautiful. A lovely image. This was a cutout from a piece of fabric I had. I just sort of popped some washi on there. I just thought it was quite cute being on the outdoors. Some of that typo manual. Another beautiful tag with some layering, some stamping, and a lovely image of some peonies, or a peony. Vintage lace. Another printout of one of my postcards. Yes, I don't know why, but I paid $10 for that postcard. Totally ridiculous, but because I was in love with the image, that's why I grabbed it. But that was a few years ago now. So here we have some layering, a little swing tag where I've just sewn on some greenery from out of the magazine, and I just thought that was quite cute. Actually, this little strip's from the garden vintage garden book. We got some ephemera bingo card, designer paper. Sorry, not sure who that is. Could be Kaiser Craft, not 100%. Just thought this was quite cute, being outdoors, you know, some pine cone, a little pine cone chandelier. It's quite cute. You know, Fee can cover up this particular side with whatever she wants to put in there. We have music paper. We have a lovely image here again from the magazine with a little bit of fabric tab here on the side. Another lovely picnic basket, some ledger paper, a little image here. Just got some vintage garden book, some dyed paper, another image of a garden. Just here, a little chooky. This has been the center of the page, and this is just to show, you know, outdoors, tying up I'm guessing a sheet. You can tie up a sheet, form a little tent. And we can move forward, some ephemera, another image, a little booklet here. I've just sort of, this odd cuts that I've trimmed off paper to make my journals. So I made that into a book. And of course, some French image here. Beautiful, beautiful. Love that image. Just stunning. Okay. the other side of that pocket with some gathering, bit of vintage fabric, some ephemera, flip out, scripted writing page in a pocket. Another beautiful image of a plant. And here we have the Porter Paint paint chips, little tea tab, little vintage flip, fabric flip with some gathering of lace and muslin and linen actually. Ephemera, designer paper again. Again, is some more of that beautiful botanical fabric. There's a little tip in with some layering of lace. Now here, I didn't like the image that was standing there of this mannequin. It just looked too scary. So I cut up and popped and washi taped and put the outside here just to cover that up. But I thought that it still fitted in with the actual background image. And here we are at the back. Some gathering here, some more of that beautiful botanical fabric. And guess what? I haven't completed this book. As you can see, it doesn't have my logo here. So before you receive this fee, it will be sewn in the book. Okay, so that's that one. Moving on to the next one. This one I've called White Wedding. Now, the images may not quite represent a wedding, but that's up to you to add your own stuff. I've just tried to keep it as white and pale as possible inside to represent the wedding theme. We've just got some washi, stitching around the edges. And we go inside. And, of course, one of my little tags with the stitching and stamping. It pops into a pocket here, and as I said, I've tried to keep it white. There might be hints of blue or grey throughout. It's just a little tuck in here. Beautiful image of roses, a cluster of clothing hanging, and I've just added some vintage lace down the side, the typo manual. Another image, beautiful image on one of the tags with all the gathering and stamping. Some lace, vintage daisy lace. Little crown. Now, as you can see, I've added a, oh no, you can't see, here we are. I've added like a little diamante on that crown. Yeah, it's cute. The inside is quite wobbly, but it's secure on there. And here we have another little crown here. I just thought it was quite fitting, you know, because you want to be that princess or queen of the day on your wedding day. So I've just done some gathering here, some ephemera. Now I popped this little Jeanne d'Arc image here. My daughter had printed off for a project. I didn't want to throw it out, so I just popped it in there. I just thought that the colour palette of just her face poking through just looked perfect. Some designer paper. Again, not sure who that is. Could be Kaisercraft. Too many. Had them from over, you know, 5 to 8 years. A beautiful image of a chandelier. Music paper. Beautiful hat boxes. Now, I actually cover a whole heap of hat boxes and used to sell them a couple of years ago. I was actually thinking about bringing them back. So, your thoughts on that? And, yeah, you possibly could see them in a file on my Facebook page and or on my website under gallery. If you scroll right to the bottom, you can see all my past work in the gallery. And so I might start doing them again. Beautiful linen on a bed, and we've got ledger paper, and of course, you know, I know that's not really representing a wedding, but you know, it could be the person that's stitching your gown together, you know. I thought this was romantic enough with, you know, 1927, you know, that whole romance, that French romance of wedding, I don't know. I don't know where my brain thinks. Anyway, some Typotex page, vintage page, and of course the printout of the music books, which I've done on both sides. So the front covers, being the center of the page, cut in half an envelope, folded down, and just sewn that in, and just popped in. You know, this could be a beautiful place that you want to go and have your honeymoon at, or perhaps, you know, if you're starting in a new home, you could start designing or putting your home in this journal as well. Just some text and ephemera, again with the lovely wedding bed, I'm calling it. Just a little booklet here tucked in a pocket, and just some spools, I can't even speak, and more ephemera. We get to the other side, and of course there's more ephemera here, you know, and some layering on this page. These are all muddled up. What's going on? Yeah. And the little flip out pocket with the scripted writing. And I don't know, I like the color palette. Touches a tiny flecks of blue, but the color palette is perfect, I thought. So the duck stays. Anyway, we've got a T-tab here, and I've just done some layering of different types of lace and some white fabric here as a tip in. Again with the ephemera. Did I actually, I've added that twice. Let's take that one out. I thought it was a little bit weird. Okay, so we'll take that out because it's there. And we've just got a little tip in here, and I've just done some stamping over that. And we get to the back. It's that lovely image from the front, and that's the color palette that I've used for this white wedding journal. Whites and creams with a touch of blue. The perfect color palette, if you ask me. And of course there's that another beautiful piece of fabric and some lace gathering, and of course my logo. So that concludes this, and this one will be, as I mentioned, will be listed on the website, online boutique, and the other one fee will be sent out to you real soon. So I hope you liked and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.